Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Uh, this morning, I just wanted to, talk about fasting. As I continue my journey, I understand that I have to be focused and pinpoint accurate as far as what my goal is for the year of 2024. And so I decided, you know, to talk about fasting. So let's have that conversation this morning. So these are fasting is, when you abstain from something from periods of time, right? So these are the types of fasting or fasts, excuse me, that people go through, right? Some people do absolute fasting, which is like no food, no water. Some people, do a complete fast as far as no food but water for a certain amount of time, whether it's days at a time, sunrise and sunset. For example, in that particular case, that might be like a Ramadan session because they normally fast from you know when the sun rises until it sets. Partial fasting is abstaining from certain types of foods or drinks. Like you might want to give up red meat or pork for a certain amount of time. Some people do that a lot. You got the non-food fasting, which people, they'll stop they'll stop watching certain things, or they'll stop going on social media. Some people might do isolation fast, which is when you stay away from people and distractions, so that way you can get yourself together. But in this particular case, I want to talk about, good morning, Diane. I want to, talk about intermittent fasting, right? Because I know today that there's a lot of people that will not be able to do the biblical fast, as far as abstaining from food and drinks for 40 days and 40 nights, right? Like Jesus did. So I am here to ask whoever's listening, or whoever is going to catch the replay, let's do a fast, right? The question would be then, what are we fasting for? But I'll get to that in a minute, because now I want to talk about certain intermittent fastings, right? You got the 12-hour fast, and the 12-hour fast consists of, scheduling the time where you start your fast until your fast ends. And in a 12-hour fast, for the most part, I think this is pretty simple as far as how to do it, right? So if you do it, for example, if we start a 12-hour fast, we'll go from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. We're allowed to eat, drink, whatever, right? But once that 6 o'clock comes, we're going to stop and abstain from everything. We're going to not have no, snacks, not have dinner past 6 o'clock, no desserts after 6 o'clock. And we'll go all the way through. Now, I know somebody's in the background saying, hey, well, that's kind of cool, but what do you do about the hours when you sleep? This is why some people, this 12-hour fast is for beginners, because they can sleep for the most part during their fast, right? And during their fast, as it progresses, they may see that they'll get a little better rest. No more, not too many restless. Hey, Anti. Hey, Diane. It may not be too many restless nights as you continue to fast in that progression, right? So when you wake up at 6 a.m., you'll be, all right, I don't feel anything. I can get up and do my normal activities, right? But I would suggest that for beginners, because at the end of the day, like I said, it'll give you time to be ready, but your body will be ready at the same time. Because at the end of the fast, you may be hungry, you may not be hungry, but you may not even think about eating as you get up in the morning, because you'll probably be on your way to work or getting dressed. Good morning, Tay. Excuse me. Yes, you fast while you're sleeping. So that 12 hours is for the beginners, right? And the progression of that is, like I said, your body gets itself together and you get to rest and things of that nature. So that's just the 12-hour fast. And the benefits is going to be a little bit different for my next fast, which would be the 16 and 8 fasting, right? Now that's a little bit different, right? So let's say you stop eating at 6 p.m., right? So then 16 hours later would be 10 in the morning. right? Or you could pick 5 p.m. to 9 a.m. or whatever you think is best for you. But I'm just giving y'all roundabout numbers. So you would fast for them 16 hours, and it will it'll progress to the point to where it'll allow you to focus on drinking a little bit more water. It'll allow you to not focus on snacks, that portion, because a lot of us, when we have a meal, we want to finish it off with a dessert, whether it's a soda, some bakeries like cookies or a piece of cake or pie, or like milkshakes or things like that. But it gives you time. But what it also do, it gives your body more time, not only to digest what you ate this 16-hour fast, but it also allows your body to rebuild certain things, like you rebuild your digestion system, right? Because even though you're fasting, your body begins to rev itself up because your body still has to work. So in the 16-hour fast, it may help you. It'll better help you with digestion. It'll help you boost your metabolism. It'll help like certain illnesses as well. For example, if you're a diabetic, right, and you're going through a 12-hour fast, but in this particular case, a 16-hour fast, it'll allow your blood sugar to come down a lot more. But if you were type 2 diabetic, it'll help your pancreas to rev itself up and work a little bit better on its own. And by that dropping, it may help you to reduce your A1C level. For those that don't know what an A1C level is, it's your sugar count for a certain amount of time, not just in a day. Most of the people now, like when I go to the doctor, I get mine checked every 6 months because I am under a 6.5, which is diabetic, type 2 diabetic. 5.7 to 6.4 is pre-diabetic. I thank God that I'm under those levels as well. But once you are at a pre-diabetic level, if you do the fast, it'll drop you down even closer to not being in the pre-diabetic mode. And when you're a type 2 diabetic, it can drop you down into the pre-diabetic mode. Bronze, good morning. And it'll help you to get off of those medicines, right? The Ozempics and the pills, because most type 2 diabetics are taking pills to help reduce their sugar and to not allow your pancreas to do all the work. So that type of fast will help you in that level as well. And it also helps with inflammation, right? Most of us that are getting old, we start feeling weak in our bones. Some gonna say it ain't arthritis, but it could be arthritis. But because your body is revving itself up and preparing itself to go to battle against these things, it'll help your inflammations of things like arthritis and rheumatoid arthritis and carpal tunnel and all of those things. It helps reduce that flare up. Not saying that it's going to take it all away, but you may not feel it as much while you're going through the fast, right? And those are the things that I want y'all to think about as far as the 16-hour fast. And I have one more because, like I said, I'm not gonna talk about the 24-hour fast even though that is helpful, it actually does work, because once your body flushes it out by that period of time, it's a lot working for you. You know, uh, dead cells are starting to revive, as they are in the 16-hour as well, but it doesn't work as fast in the 12-hour. But I just want you guys to understand what the fasting session goes about, right? But the next one I want to talk about is the 18 to 6 hour fast, which means you would have 18 hours of fasting and a 6 hour window of eating food, you know, as far as, you know, whatever you're going to eat. And that, like I said, it's the same as a 16 and 8, but because you have 2 more extra hours, it gives you you do the 18 and 6 anti. So when you do the 18 and 6, how does it, you know, how does it make you feel? Like give the people a couple of ideas of how much and how often that, you know, you may have a hunger, you know, you might be hungry or something to that extent, because so, you know, that's a pretty advanced fast for somebody that never fasted before, you know what I mean? So if you can, please like type that in. But when you like the examples of the 18 and 6 fast is pretty much the same as a 16 and 8. And that one actually, this one, it like you'll see or feel like you become light as you go through this fast. You'll probably feel like, you know, like I lost maybe a pound in you know, the first 10 days of the fast, because you'll understand that your intake is not as often as it would be going down, you know, from the 12-hour to the 18-hour, because you know you can eat for 12 hours. But even though you're fasting, I mean, you're sleeping in this hour, this is more of a disciplinary fast, because once you wake up, like if you wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, you still got to abstain from it if this is a fast that you choose until you're like 11 or 12 o'clock. And while you're doing that, a lot of us are working, you know, we're hands on at our job, or we're, you know, we're constantly talking. So this 18 is the 18 and 6 might be a little bit, you know, more difficult for you. Now the question would be, what are we fasting for? What to be fasting for? We should be fasting because we want to know, one, if we have it, right? If we have it in us to sacrifice. The second reason is to see. That's good, Tay. So what do you think the best fast for you would be? Do you think you can do an 18 to 6 hour fast, a 16 to 8 hour fast, or 12 to 12 fast? But the second reason why you would do this is because to see if you have discipline, right? To see if you have the discipline of maintaining whatever your goal is, right? A lot of us fast for religious reasons, you know, like I said, Ramadan, Christian fast, should be fasting during from Ash Wednesday to Palm Sunday, which is why I brought this topic up, because next week is Ash Wednesday. And I don't hear too many people that fast during that time. I know they do the giving up portion fast. Like I'll give up red meat. I'll eat a little bit more fish or something to that extent. But I would prefer, like, if you're gonna be Christ-like, you gotta do something that Christ actually did, I believe. So in other words, if he fasted for 40 days and 40 nights in the wilderness, right? We understand we can't do the wilderness part one. We also understand that A lot of us take medication, right? Some of us, our bodies need the medication. So I wouldn't suggest you do that type of fast in the first place, which is why I'm talking about intermittent fasting. But if you're going to be Christ-like, I believe you need to be as close to Christ as far as his examples as possible. You could be kind to people. You can do all of those things. But sometimes you need, good morning, Cheeky. You have to do the fast to where, how much can I abstain from something that I probably love to have, right? So during the fast, you got to give up something that you love to eat, right? For example, some people may give up steak during the fast. Some people may give up chocolate chip cookies because, a lot of us are snackers. We like to snack. So my suggestion is if you give up your snacks, if you give up one of your favorite things for the duration of the fast, you can see how disciplined you are. You can see how much, in control that you can actually be against those things that you love. Not saying that everything that we love is not good for our body, but it would be good just to see, if we could be disciplined. Say I started with a 21-day watermelon fast and then started 18 and 6. That's a good idea too, right? Because shout out to Tay, because when I asked Tay, how should you break a fast? She said you should break a fast, with fruits and things like that. And I did the research. One of the things that they said is that if you break a fast with a watermelon, you eat the watermelon, it'll get you hydrated. One, it has a lot of vitamins that will help you get through the day too. And then you could progress into like a regular meal down the line, depending on how long your fast is. So if Tay did, if she does an 18 and 6 fast, and she turns around and says, Anti does an 18 and 6 fast, and then she turns around and breaks the fast with the watermelon. That watermelon, or however many slices or the portion that she eats, it may hold her to eat one meal a day and not worry about snacking or things or to that extent. And if it gets her to the 6 hour, she can go ahead and start the fast all over again, which will allow her body to intake all of that nutrient that she just ate from the watermelon, and then go ahead and go forward with it. And with that being done, it'll revitalize her cells. The dead cells will start coming to life and repairing itself. Excuse me. And then at the same time, she's getting rid of water weight, so on and so forth. So that's another reason why to fast. It doesn't have to be a religious thing, but at the same time, it could be a soulful thing. What do I mean by a soulful thing? I mean, a soulful thing is because you can go ahead and look inside of yourself. You can examine yourself, one. You can see what you have in yourself, two. And then you can decide whatever it is that you got in you to bring it out and use it for the embetterment of yourself. So that's what we should be fasting for. At least, if not all of those reasons, one of those reasons, right? If you're not doing it, to get close to God or Allah, if it's Ramadan, Riaz was here, he can explain it better than me. But if you're not doing it for that reason, at least do it to embetter your soul as well as your health. It even helps with your mental because, you're so focused on doing your best. I'm sorry, I was reading the thing and I forgot to make Cheeky Ahmad, I gotta remember how to do that. I gotta go to YouTube or something. But anyway, to do the things that we need to do, we have to you know, take care of our own selves. We gotta it helps with the mind because you're so focused on the fact that you trying to keep the fast that oh I'm sorry, she is? I'm yeah. Um you're so focused on your fast that you don't even think about nothing else that's going around. For example, night night anti. I know you had to work, so thank you for stopping by. Have a good one. Probably see you later because y'all ain't did a live in a couple of days, so I'll see y'all later. But as long as you understand that when you focus on the fast, that everything else around you may seem like different. It may move a little faster, or it may stagnate your day, or whatever the case may be. But if you focused on the fast, you ain't focused on nothing else. You ain't focused on the depression that you're going through or the anxiety that you're going through. You're more focused on trying to complete the fast for yourself. So that's another reason why we should be doing a fast. You know what I mean? So, and I don't know too many people that know how to fast anymore. Diane says she gave. Diane, are you saying you gave up cigarettes, or you going to try to put them down for as far as your fast? Because that will be one of the greatest challenges for somebody during a fast, right? Because a lot of people, you know, I don't want to sound, rude or anything, but a lot of people think that cigarettes are addictive. And because they may seem to be addictive, that may be a harder thing for somebody to pull off. So if you're disciplined enough to get off the cigarettes for that amount of time, it may help you wean off it even more during a fast. You see what I'm saying? That we trying to get rid of all of the negative things that the things that we think we love, and put that energy into something that we should love, which is ourselves. And if you're doing it for a religious reason, you're doing it for your love to be improved to your higher power, whether it's God, Allah, whoever. So that's what you would try to do that for. But that would be a good try, Diane. So and my thing would be, if you try to do the fast, like for me, like I said, I would suggest I want to do the fast. I would start the fast next Wednesday. And it was funny when I saw this on the calendar because next Wednesday is Valentine's. Good morning, Miss V. She could do me a favor, drop Miss V, drop the links to everybody that's here because most of us have a channel. I think the only one is Diane, but could you drop everybody's link, please? I would do it, start the fast next Wednesday because it's Valentine's Day, and I will be going live for anybody that does decide they want to do the fast. I just ask that if you are going to do the fast, if you come on that live, just let me know how long you want to do it, so that way we can all do it together. You know what I mean? And we can decide like, all right, I'm gonna do the fast, but I'm doing it for the 12-hour fast, or I'm gonna do the fast for the 18-hour fast. I'm gonna do the 18-hour fast or the 16-hour fast or whatever the fast, however long the fast is gonna be. I would do that then, just because, like I said, that would be the first day of the Lent season for Christianity or people that follow Christ, right? And I know a lot of the followers that view my channel, they'll say that they are Christians. So I would suggest them to do the fast then. So whoever's going to do it, I would suggest they start that day and then go forward as far as, however many days it's going to be. It's one thing to say, do it this amount of days. I just know, like I said, if you're going to be Christ-like, you're going to have to do it the 40 days. Because like I said, the end of those 40 days will be Palm Sunday. And, we know what happened. Well, most Christians know what happened on Palm Sunday. He comes back. Jesus come back to be found. Well, this is Black History Month. Jesus was black, so I can say it. He comes back after his fast, and he's welcomed in by the people. Well, I would say I would welcome everybody that does the 40 days, because that's hard to do. One, you became a champion and a victor. Miss T, good morning. If you become one of them people that does the fast for the 40 days, you overcame 40 days of giving up something that you wanted to give up. Hopefully it's something that you truly like or love. Like if Diane gives up cigarettes for 40 days, she comes back and then, she overcame smoking cigarettes for the most part. She made it, she as long as she fasted, she kept her fast, she overcame her smoking during the fast. And that's something to celebrate, because like I said, a lot of people aren't able to do that on a regular basis. So if she did it, let's just say she did it for 40 days. If she did it for 40 days, the entire 40 days, that's something to cheer about. That's something to congratulate her about. And even if she doesn't do, if she doesn't do the 40 days, however many days that she did it, we can say you tried and you gave it your best shot. If you give it your best shot, I believe that God, if you do your best, God is going to do the rest, right? And what I mean by that is that if you going for a house, if you work long enough to save up money, you're going to get the house. God is going to do the rest. If you got your eye on a particular house, God will make sure you get that house. That's why, and I always say, write the vision, make it plain, make a vision board. Maybe we should make a vision board for the 40 days. How are we going to do the fast? All right, we're going to put this down. We're going to X out some chicken. We're going to X out, some steak. We probably go, all non-red meat for 40 days. So fish, turkey, whatever. We can go about it that way. Right? Whatever we're going to give up for the 40 days, or however many days we want to do it, let's put that on the vision board, and then make the plan. Okay, I might want to lose 10 pounds during that fast. I might want to lose 15 pounds by that fast. You write the vision and make it plain, but we can all do that during the fast. Everybody can do something during the fast. I really hope Diane tries the fast, and I hope she succeeds. Like I said, I don't know nobody that would try to do that, but she's willing to try it. So I'm going to support her as much as I can. If I got to come on here and do a short just to say, a prayer or a Bible verse to keep somebody going, I will do that. That's not a problem. You understand? Because at the end of the day, the goal should all be the same for each and every one of us, that we want the best out of the fast. We want the goal to be reached. And if we all reach our goals, we can all sit there and now we have a testimony. All right, I did 40 days and now I feel lighter. I didn't eat as much, regular food. I started eating fruits. I broke the fast with a watermelon or a cantaloupe, or I broke the fast with some bananas and apples. And it kept me going. I didn't have to eat 2 meals if I'm doing a 12-hour fast. I held on after that, breaking the fast with fruit, to make it to 1 meal a day if I'm doing 18-hour fast. You see what I'm saying? So those are all goals that we should have. If we have to write it down and prepare ourselves for it, let's do that as well. Because like I said, at the end of the day, our health is going to benefit from the fast if we're going about it that way. Our mental health will more likely help. will get better because we're so focused on the fast that we're not focused on anything else but completing the fast. But more importantly, your physical health is going to benefit if you do the fast. Because, you know, if I'm not eating as much for Diane, if she's not eating as much, she won't have to pull a cigarette out and smoke after a meal because she may be only eating one meal a day. And her desire for a cigarette probably won't be there because she's eating less during the day. You see what I'm saying? There are the benefits outweigh the negative side effects of any fast. You know, you might, you know, they're going to, you know, some people might say, well, I might get lightheaded or I might get dizzy because my sugar might be low or whatever the case may be. But I promise you, as long as you keep that fast going, it may not feel right for the first 2 or 3 days or the first week. But if you stick to it, your body will adjust to it. Your mind will adjust to it. And then you can go forward. I believe that anybody that decides to do it will reap the benefits of a fast. So I'm asking whoever wants to do the fast to do the fast. I'm gonna do the fast, you know, not to be, you know, sound arrogant, but I'm gonna do the fast regardless because I'm doing this to keep my mind on my goals. Whatever my goals are, if my goal is to lose 5 pounds, that will be it. If my mind is, you know, to keep focused on a goal that I have, it'll help me do that. At Diane, I'm trying to quit smoking too. Yet I don't smoke when I do a 24-hour fast once a month. But see, that's all right, Cheeky. So let me ask you, if you do an 18-hour fast every day, do you think that will help you to stop smoking as well? Because you said you do a 24-hour fast once a month. Like there are other fasts too. Like you can fast for 5 days and you know 5 and 2, meaning you can fast for 5 days a certain amount of time, and then 2 days you can eat whenever you want. That's part of an intermittent fast too. 4, 3, 5, and 2 days. You can. I suggest y'all look it up. I gave y'all a couple of examples, but there are many ways to do an intermittent fast. I just didn't want to throw the whole abstain from everything fast because I know that everybody is not prepared to do that. And I'm pretty sure ain't nobody willing to do that for a long period of time. So I picked the intermittent fasting because if you go 12 and 12 for 40 days, that's more achievable because, like I said, you can stop. You sleep during the day. You sleep during the night. That's if you get 8 hours of sleep, and then you stop in the evening around 6 o'clock. You can do it, and then when you wake up, you have the whole 12 hours. And for those that for those that are doing it for a religious reason, like if you're trying to get through your Lent season, I suggest that you do it, and as soon as you wake up, you get your scripture in and pray. As soon as you start your fasting time, read your scripture and pray. Draw nigh to God, he'll draw nigh to you. So I would suggest that you go about it that way. Even though I'm talking to everybody, I do want those that are doing it for religious reasons to still follow their path as far as getting closer to God. For those that are doing it for health reasons, I'm just explaining how to do it for health reasons. So that way you can better your body. Whoever wants to do it, let me know. I will do whatever I can to support you. Okay, Diane. Oh, wow. I was just saying, well, Diane, you read Cheeky History Channel, her last comment, and then y'all can have that conversation. And then since y'all two have that same common goal, you guys could work together to figure out how to fast to get that part done. Yeah, Ms. Z, that's Ms. T. That's what I'm saying. If you're doing it for the religious reason, you start your morning off, you wake up, you pray, thank God, Lord, I thank you for waking me up for another day. Give me the strength to get through this next period. and prepare me for my next time of fasting or whatever you're going to pray about, right? And then you go about your day and do it. But it depends on, how you doing it, right? Because if you're doing the 12 to 12, you might wake up, pray, and then go eat. But if you're doing it a little longer, like 16 hours or 18 hours, Lord, I need the strength to get through the last 4 hours or the last 6 hours of the fast. Make me the best me without the substance that I normally have at this particular time. Strengthen me to get through this period. You see what I'm saying? And those are the obstacles of a fast. I'm not here to knock nobody who does it once a day. Cheeky says I eat once a day because I have to, and I'm a vegan. So that's even better. So your whole goal, Cheeky, would be then to just stop smoking because you don't have to give up meat because you're a vegan. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if you snack, but if you snack, you might want to give up. Like I said, the chocolate chip cookies or the Lay's potato chips, the Doritos, or whatever you like to snack on. Because if we're all being honest, we all eat something that that may not be good for us, for the most part. I mean, like I said, even a vegan, I don't know what they eat too much. Yeah, Tay, Cheeky, you gotta watch. You gotta sub up to Tay because she's a chef and she do cooking for the most part. Well, everything she cooked that I've seen is vegan. So y'all two need to link up and she's cooking from scratch, Cheeky. So you already know how that go. But y'all should link up. But even with that, y'all two now can have a conversation. Okay, this is how you should do that and break the fast and things like that. Okay, look, so like I said, then your goal would be the smoking part. So you may be able to help Diane get through the days of fasting that she's going to do. And also fasting would allow each of us to draw close to each other. Like if we all fast, if we all check on each other, hey, how's the fast going? You okay? Okay, cool. You can go ahead and do that. Right. So, the goal is to make sure that our mental health is getting cleaned up. Our physical health is cleaned up. And more importantly, for some of us, that our spiritual or soul is being cleaned up, because a lot of us, we do get ourselves around people that don't mean us no good. And, the fast may help us to wean away from it, get away from it, stop being around that because we're more focused on ourselves. The fast is really for you. The fast is for you to focus on you. This is one of those times where I say, it's always good to be selfish with yourself. This is the most important time to be selfish with yourself, because this is the embedment of you. This is you finding out what you have inside of you. This is what you know. This is when you know what you're made of. This is when you know your will, your strength of giving up something that you think you need all the time, or you think it works for you. And now that you gave it up, you may see that you don't need it no more. Cheeky said, when I gave up sugar, I lost 40 pounds. I only drink water now. What a difference. And that's the thing. So now that you're drinking water and you a vegan, so you doing everything right. So, but you still have that one little scenario, Cheeky, the smoking part. Maybe the fast will help you eliminate the temptations of smoking a little bit more. Maybe that's what you should fast on for the next however many days you want to do it. I'm just saying 40. Well, you know what it is. You understand what I'm saying? Because you follow, you do things on the Sabbath. You're a spiritual person. You understand what the 40 days is. So maybe we should be giving that up for the next 40 days of smoking and see how far we can go. Even if it's just intermittent fasting. Like I said, if you want to do it for 16 hours, I suggest everybody start it for 12 hours. And if you go get up to 16 hours or 14 hours, you can do 14 and 10. You can see how much more you can go up. It's 12 to 12. You can do it at any intervals: 13 and 11, 14 and 10, 15 and 9, so on and so forth, 16 and 8. Some people might could just do it 20 and 4. But I'm giving out examples because it may best suit you. And that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody's making the health conscious decision, and y'all all reaping the benefits of it, right, Tay? Now that you don't drink soda, you stop drinking soda. Now you can just go on and say, yo, I don't feel heavy when I don't feel as heavy when I'm drinking the soda. Because some people like to drink soda when they have a meal. You see what I'm saying? So if that's something that somebody wants to give up, y'all can give that up too during the fast. The goal is to make sure that you eliminate something that we like and we know it may not be good for us. A lot of us have sugar cravings. A lot of us still do eat sugar. A lot of us, let's just put something away. If you drink soda during the meal, no, let's have a cup of water. You know what I mean? Water, and put some lemon in it. See how that helps digest the food in our body. Just to substitute the sweetness of a soda. Just to substitute the sweets that, there you go. Tay says she makes her own soda too. So, like I said, y'all sub up to Tay. I think she has memberships too. I think a lot of us need to be members of her channel, because if she's going about this, she's going about it the right way. She's doing everything on her own. So if we're trying to better ourselves, we need to understand that the food that we're eating is helping us hurt our bodies as well. So she may be the one that can get us to not eat as much, fried food, baked foods, and things like that. You see what I'm saying? She may be that lead for you. And like I said, and if we're trying to wean off that, follow Tay Eats, because she can get you through your fast, and you can fast as long as you want. Like I said, 12 to 12, 16 and 8, 18 and 6, whatever. But we have to give up something. We have to believe that, we have to know that what we're eating may not be good for us. Let's just give that up for this period of time. I suggest 40 days because that's the length of the fast for Christians, or followers of Christ rather. Juicing is good. Ms. T said juicing is good. It also gives you a boost of energy. Okay, so Ms. T, would you rather have a fast of juicing until just to slow down your eating habits, as far as you may want to eat one meal a day because you're juicing more and more during the day? That's part of, you can do that as a fast as well. But the point is, we're trying to eliminate the intake of things that's not good for us, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. That's what a fast is for. That's what we should be fasting for, to eliminate things that's not good for us, to get the processed food out of our system. And once we get the processed food out of our system, our body will begin to prepare itself. No, I'm not. No, I know, but what I'm saying is your approach to it is something that could lead somebody to not lean on the bad things as well. You see what I'm saying? Like you said, you make your own soda. So somebody that follows you or sub and become a member of your page, of your channel, can now understand that, yo, I don't need all that soda. I can make my own. You saying? Those are the things you can like put that on your channel. Yo, I made the soda. This is how I did it. It's just less sugar in my soda. And somebody might follow suit and say, yo, Tay's right. I don't need to go out there and support the big name soda brand. I can make it myself. You see what I'm saying? Those are the things that we're trying to give up. Those are the things that we should want to give up. We're trying to be healthy with ourselves and not just continue the normal process. But that's what a fast is. The fast is to stop the normalcy in our lives. We're giving up something that we feel that we need to have every day for a better good. whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. We're doing it for this reason. So it's time for us to do it. Like I said, I'm suggesting Ash Wednesday to Palm Sunday because that's that's the Christian time to do. That's when Christians should do it. I know the churches don't really speak about that in that manner, but I'm saying if we're going to follow Christ, we should be following him in the direction that he went. He gave up something for 40 days and 40 nights. We need to give up something for 40 days and 40 nights. And we ain't got to do it the whole way he did it. You don't have to abstain from water. And some people might just do a liquid fast. Some people might just do a fruit fast. So whatever it is, you're giving up something that you like to eat. Some people like potatoes and fried chicken and a biscuit. You understand what I'm saying? We got to try to lessen that and see if we still could function with a vegetable, a vegan meal, every day or salad, something, you know what I'm saying? Something to that extent. I just think it's time for us to do that, to embetter ourselves, to become one with ourselves, to become harmonious with our body, mind, and soul. We need to work on that because a lot of us, we get entangled with different attributes of life. We get entangled with different people that may be waning and draining us or holding us back from doing the things that we want to do. So it's time for us to have the fast. That's what we should be fasting for. I'm just speaking of, the physical fast as far as eating and things like that. But of course you can have a mental fast. Of course you can have a spiritual fast. And if those are the goals that you want to reach, it's time to start that soon. Like I said, you can start it today if you like. If you're going to start it today, I will do whatever I can to help you get through it. I will be if you need somebody to, hey, I was tempted by some chips, man. I walked past somebody, man, and them chips sounded so crunchy. You understand? Like things like that. Ms. T said, right. And with prayer, you can achieve it. I pray all day long, keep a personal relationship with God, and there's nothing you can't overcome or do. And that's another reason why to have the 40-day fast, Ms. T, because, there is like some of us would want to be closer to God. So, the more we draw to God, the more he draws onto us. Draw nigh to God, he'll draw nigh to you. Those are the things that I'm talking about. So we got to constantly give up something just to show, what, I'm in it for the long haul in spirit when you fasting for God. All right, I'm gonna stop the gossiping. I'm gonna stop the backsliding. I'm gonna do whatever I can to stop that. And these are the times that you need to do it. You know what triggers your backsliding. You stay away from it for the long period of time, and it will help you develop. Like, I really don't need that. I could really stay away from that period of time. I could do it longer now. Watch, I'm used to it, and that's how you go about it. And that's how you do that spiritually, and you can do that in any form or fashion. Cheeky said, I use water kefir, but there are other ways also. And as a vegan, I make spicy kale chips to snack on. Tay, you know how to make well, didn't you make some? I thought you made something, a snack before. I think you made it. I think she made like a vegan egg roll or something to that extent. I know she makes like the vegan burgers and stuff like Cheeky. I promise you, when you see what she makes, it's going to give you some ideas too. That's why I'm saying you guys bounce off each other, and you guys can make each other better. That's part of the fast too. As long as you improving during your fast, you improving on your health, you improving on your mental status, you improving on your physical status, your spiritual status. Improve, not change. Because like I said on the words, shout out to the word, he was just on my mind. You can always change for the worse, but you can always improve for the better, but you can change for the worse. Yes, Miss T, and that's the thing. Our bodies are temples because at the end of the day, it's as long as you understand you are the church that he dwells within you, you're gonna want to keep that place clean. You're gonna want every substance, every room in your temple, in your church, which is your body, to be as clean as possible. That's why the fast is necessary. I don't understand why people don't, or why church leaders don't have the fast at this time. They'll rather have the fast before or after the period that I'm talking about. But I think there's no better time to have it than the time that Jesus went, or they say he went to fast for 40 days and 40 nights. And if we're going to celebrate Palm Sunday because he returned, we should be celebrating it because we returned back from our fasting, our cleansing, our getting ourselves together for the 40 days. Because at the end of the day, if you do it for that period of time, you will have lost something and you will have gained the fact that you drew close to God. So we should be celebrating that day too, which is why I suggest if you're going to do the fast, Miss T, in particular, you should start on Ash Wednesday and go for the 40 days. And then you can understand, it may make you see even more how much that appreciation was for Jesus when he came back around the people after his fast, because that it took a toll on him. It may take a toll on you because you're giving up something that you like to have. So it may take a toll on you, but if you complete the task, you can say, I my body feel better, I got closer to God, or whatever the case may be. So yes, you are right. Our bodies are a temple, so we must keep that clean. So follow the fast for the 40 days, and that way you can do it. And if you have to, and like I said, during those 40 days, if anybody wants me to, we can do the fast and go forward as far as getting everything together. You know what I mean? I'll stop by and I'll do, if I got to do a short about, a verse a day for 40 days, I'll do that for y'all. I have no problem. My goal is to encourage people to get to the finish line. And if you need that encouragement, I'm here. That's the point. Chiki said, my problem is I'm a picky eater. And that's okay. You can be a picky eater, but some, like I said, some people are picky eaters too, but some people like to pick the stuff that ain't good for us also. You understand what I'm saying? So if we're able to put down something that's not good for us, we can still thrive and things like that as far as, going forward. You know what I mean? So we can do that. We can strive for that. But the question is, are we going to fast? If we are going to fast, we have to decide what we're fasting for. You know what I mean? And that's the goal. That's the thing. So if, like I said, y'all can leave comments in there. I think I'm gonna try it or whatever. And like I said, when I come back on next Wednesday, as that first day of the fast begins, which, like I said, people gonna run around. You know it's Ash Wednesday because you probably run around people that's getting the cross on their head if they go to the Catholic Church and things like that. So if you see somebody with a cross on their, it's Ash Wednesday. So the fast can start then. But for us that ain't going to the Catholic Church, we know that the fast is coming. So we might as well start that same day and go to 40 days. Whatever it is, whatever your reason of doing it is your preference. But I'm saying start that day so that way you can have the time that you need to prepare yourselves for the fast. I'm saying a week, so that way you can get yourself ready. Some people can start today. That'll be their thing. I'm happy that they can do that. But for those that haven't fasted in a while and need to get themselves prepared, get yourself prepared for the fast. And if you start later on, that's fine too. As long as you do the fast and see if you can complete the goal of the fast and the time of the fast, however long it's going to be for you, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? That's all that matters for each and every one of us here. Like I said, I don't know who's going to do it, but I suggest that, if you do it, if it becomes too much, you may have to lean on somebody to give you encouragement. God is going to encourage you too, but sometimes we just need that human voice. We need to hear the voice or the support of a person that, you're doing great. You can keep going. You got this. That happens to us a lot of the time. So, so pretty much for those that are going to fast, I believe that we all can do it. We can strive for it. We're trying to be the best us that we can be, and we can do it. So, like I said, it's going to be up to you guys to decide if you want to do the fast. And if so, if I come back, well, when I come back on next Wednesday, and if you decide to do the fast, we can go ahead and, prepare ourselves, hey, Gary, I might need a prayer every day, or hey, I might need a word of encouragement every day. I'll do that for y'all. I have no problem doing that. But the goal, like I said, is to finish the fast. That's the race that we're going to run right now. We understand that the race is not given to the swift nor the strong, but to those who endure to the end. So if we're going to fast, we have to endure to that last day of the fast, whatever number you pick, whether it's 7 days or 40 days. You got to decide if that's when you're going to finish the race. So you just got to do what you got to do as far as that, and then go forward with it. I believe that each and every one of us here can do it. I believe that because we are who we are, it's already embedded in us. But even during the fast, we can see even clearer what's in us. What are we made of? What's in our storehouse? What gifts we have? We can see clearer because we're more focused on us than any time before if we're doing the fast. I do understand that some of us gotta work during the fasting time. I get all of that. But the fact that you'll be a lot more focused on yourself is going to allow you to see things clearer because you're more focused. And that's another reason why we should fast, because we'll be more focused on ourselves than any other time without a fast. So, I believe, like I said, that's the reason to be fasting for, whether it's physically, spiritually, mentally. Those are the reasons to fast. And I pray that, if any of y'all do the fast, that we'll be here to do it. And, as always, you'll have my support any way possible. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody that came through. Shout out to the chat. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for, taking the time to hear me talking about fasting. And if you decide to fast, may you get through the number of days that you're going to fast. And I know you will find a positive throughout the fast, and your positives will always outweigh your negative during the fast. So if that's what you're going to do, I'm here with you. And with that being said, thank you guys for stopping by, and you guys be safe. Thank you, Ms. T. Good to see you. I'll see you guys next Wednesday, unless, something else comes up before then, and I might do a live then. But I know I'm doing a live definitely next Wednesday. God bless y'all. I'm out.